So, what are my thoughts on the Philippines after 1 month of staying here? So, right now, I'm staying in that hotel right there. That one right there, the micro. That's a mall. I think that's behind that building is a mall. I'm on there. There's a Ferris wheel. I'm on here by the water. And you can see the pollution in the water. You can see how much trash is in the water. That's common here. The pollution levels are pretty high. So what are my thoughts on the Philippines after 1 year, after 1 month, 1 year, 1 month? People are very friendly. That's one of the things that has surprised me is how friendly the people are. The people are very friendly, and I think it's genuine. Compared to America, I think people here are more genuinely friendly. Yeah, even the hotel staff, people just you meet in general, they don't have I think in America, before you even interact with another human being, you gotta go through so many filters. I think the Philippines, being a social society, is much more. People here practice social skills, so they don't have. Here they have family. You live close in proximity with people. That's the difference between the Philippines and America. You live in close proximity with people, so you learn social skills compared to the US, where you keep to yourself and you don't have any social skills at all. So here the people are friendly. Food is not that great. Tell you the truth, the food is not that good. It's mostly rice and meat. So it's very fatty, not very healthy, a lot of salt, too much salt. It's salt, 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 and then more salt. So the food is fatty. I have seen the Korean restaurants here. I had some Korean takeout, and it was decent. A lot of vegetables, a lot of weird stuff in the stuff with eggs, and all kinds of tofu stuff. So the food, I will not. No, don't come here for the food. There are regional foods. I went to a town up north called Tugugerao. They have a pasta type dish. It's very good, but even then, you're still dealing with the salt and the meat. I mean, if you're I met an American dude. He claimed to be a veggie. He was a vegetarian. So I don't know how he's doing it over here, because I don't see that many vegetables over here. To me, I don't see any vegetables at all. But anyway, he found that it was an app where you can find vegetarian dishes whatever place you are. Like I said, people are friendly. I'm covering the camera with my finger. People are very friendly. As far as moving here, it's a mind shift. You have to think differently. If you think you're gonna move here, it's gonna be a transition. Because first of all, infrastructure-wise, is still lacking in a lot of sense. As far as infrastructure, it's lacking in. As far as talk about even the roads are kind of lacking. So that is also, I mean, transportation. The transportation is easily available because you can get a motor taxi anywhere, and that's what I've been using. Because the good thing with the motor taxis, they can lane filter, so you can always they can always lane filter between the cars. So yeah, so that's transportation. But as far as infrastructure, and also there's a smell of sewage. I mean, a lot of places you go, there's a distinct smell of like a sewage type smell, which is and you find that even high-end places, expensive places, cheap places, there's a kind of a sewage smell. But that could also be due to the environment. Maybe the environment here, as far as maybe the first of all the humidity and the lack of air movement. Like now it's getting humid and lack of movement. So lack of air movement, that could also be it. That could also be maybe the ground doesn't maybe the trees puncture the pipes. It could be anything. It could be also just be poor maintenance. So you do find there's a smell like that. As far as yeah, the bathroom type situation is always weird. I find that lack of toilet paper, I find that kind of strange. You might go to the bathroom and there's no toilet paper, but like I said, that's most people here just use water. But then even then, if you're using water, I don't mind using water, but if I'm using water, I also want to have some toilet paper to wipe your hands clean afterwards. You know, if you wipe your ass, if you wash your ass with water, it will still be good to have some toilet paper to clean your hands afterwards. And sometimes the soap dispenser doesn't work, so yeah, that is iffy by itself. So yeah, there's that situation. As far as culture-wise, I think living here, moving here, and thinking that you're gonna integrate easily is not that easy to integrate as easily. Because don't forget, at the end of the day, you're a stranger here. You're not so it's gonna take time. It's gonna take time. You're not gonna come here and make friends that easily. You're not gonna just come here. I mean, for white people, maybe they do. Maybe there's a lot of white worship in this society, so white people can kind of integrate very quickly. That's what my perception. Yeah, I find there's a lot of white worship in the Philippines. It is a lot of white worship. They do put a high. The white man is put on a pedestal. I mean, they assume that the white man has money, which some do. A lot of white people have money, but some of them don't have money, so they come over here. And then they, so white people, maybe you might get maybe a softer landing as far as meeting people. Yeah, that could also be, that can happen. But I think it takes time to, it takes time to learn the culture and integrate yourself. It can be very lonely. Don't move here. If you have no friends in America, don't think you're gonna come to the Philippines and make friends instantly. Okay, you might get lucky. Like every situation, there's always an exception. No, it's not gonna be that easy. If you couldn't get laid in America, you're not gonna. Yeah, you might get laid here, but you're gonna pay. Simple as that. You're gonna pay money. There's no. She's gonna. You might get a Filipina, but you're gonna be supporting her and her family. That's for sure. You know, there's nothing for free in this world. Ain't nothing for free. Just because you moved from, if you can't get laid in America, you might get laid here, that's for sure, but you're gonna pay some money. Massages are good, happy endings are good, nothing, they go somewhere. You gotta pay extra for that. It's negotiable, you know, always, not every place has that. There's some high-end places. I think my take on it is that you can tell the difference between a happy ending place and a non-happy ending place is when they tell you to keep your underwear. If you go to a place and they tell you to take everything, might be. You never know. You might get, you might get the happy ending. You never know. You might get the happy ending. If you go to a place and they tell you to keep your underwear on, most time they're professionals. I mean, I went to a few places and they kind of keep it strictly professional. A lot to see here. I think if you plan it well, you can see quite a bit. I didn't plan that well. I'm not a planner. I tend to just go with the flow, so I didn't see that well. I was in Manila for a week, and then after 1 week, I went to Tugigaraw. Tugigaraw is a town in the north, and I thought I was gonna escape the heat in Manila, because right now it's a blue, gray sky, and it's very cool. Actually, it's cool. It's temperatures are very cool. It's hot, but it's not super humid. So I thought I was escaping the heat in Manila, and I went north. I made a big mistake because that town, Tugigaraw, sits in a valley surrounded by mountains. There's no air. That's the hottest. I think it has the highest recorded temperature in the Philippines. So that was stupid of me. I should have gone to Baguio City, which is in the mountains. But like I said, I don't do my research when it comes to travel. So I find that I miss out on a lot, but then also I get to see some interesting things. So it's a give and take. It depends how you do. If you are a Mr. Planner or Mrs. Planner, you get to see more. But I don't. That's not how I flow. I just go with the flow. I mean, I saw some sites in Manila, and that was it. So scamming wise, yeah, it does happen. One can get scammed, but yeah, it happens. But you just have to. I mean, yeah, it happens, but I don't know. It's not one of those things you can get pissed off at because, I mean, yeah, in general, I find most people don't try to cheat you. The drivers do trying to take advantage of you, so you negotiate. I mean, the prices they start at a very high number, so that can easily. So let's say if you're booking a car for the day, if you don't know how much it is, somebody can ask you for 2,000 pesos for the day, but usually the going rate is maybe 1,000, maybe 1,500. So I don't know, some situation I felt that I got scammed, but I mean in general most people are kind of decent. I mean you will buy something. I mean, I remember I bought some coconut water from a guy on a cart, and he charged me 50 pesos, and a lady came after, and I saw her gave him a coin which could have been more than a 10 or a 20. So like I said, I mean, it happens. It is what it is. I mean, that's a thing. That's one of those things that if you don't want it to happen, I mean, if you're coming as a foreigner, if you don't like it, hey, stay where you are. It's one of those things. As far as safety, I feel safe. I mean, I have felt very safe. Nobody has, even in Pasay City, some of the more like I would call them less developed areas, I still felt safe. I never felt any. I mean, do feel kind of weird when you're walking by and people are looking at you, but I never felt really unsafe. You know, you never really felt extremely unsafe, and I mean, they do look, and they can tell you're not from the neighborhood. But other than that, no, I never felt unsafe. You know, you still have to be careful walking very late at night. Some places, a few situations when I was coming late at night, I would just take a motor taxi. I don't think anything would have happened to me, but then just to be on the safe side, you never know. Treatment, yeah, that's something yeah, animal treatment, yeah, that is gonna get to you. Coming from the West, the treatment of animals is not, there's a lot of animals are suffering here. You see a lot of mange, a lot of dogs with mange. I think it's called mange, with skin problems. I think it's very pervasive here. I don't know whether it's due to the environment. Even in Africa, I think we have dogs with ticks and all kinds of stuff with ticks. Like I said, talk about animals. I talk about animals and there goes a cat. A lot of cats, strays. So a lot of mange. You see a lot of dogs with scratching themselves, kind of have mange on them, skin issues. I saw a dog, and for a second there, I thought it was Chinese. I thought it was one of those hairless dogs. Only to realize the dog had the mange had been affected by a skin condition so bad that nearly all its hair had fallen out. I was wondering, man, how did that guy has a skinless dog? The dog wasn't skinless, it's just that the hair had fallen off. So there's quite a bit of that. Animals tied, owners tying animals and just tying them there the whole day. That I don't get that. You know, you see a dog tied the whole day. Roosters, I don't know. I thought chickens needed water to. Chickens needed water to drink. I mean, you see, somebody will tie a rooster there the whole day. No water. I mean, I thought I have kept chickens. My parents have kept sheep. We used to give them water all the time. I don't get it. So animal abuse. I mean, I went to a town like Tugugerao, You go there and you see they're using horses. And man, and that place is super hot. And you can see this poor animal just run, out there, out there, out there actually doing its thing and foaming at the mouth. So animal abuse, I mean, our Western perception of animal abuse, you're gonna have to, that one, animal, yeah, that one is gonna get you. That one is, like I said, even very, people who are very nice, like I went to an Airbnb and they're nice people, but the dog is just caged the whole day and night, in a cage the whole day and night. He just sits there. Why have a dog and just keep him in a cage? I don't get it. If you probably ask them, they'll tell you like, oh, he's happy there, but I don't get it. The dog is just caged the whole day and night. Doesn't leave the cage. Yeah, so Western notions of animal care, I don't know. Those ones is gonna be a problem for you. So what about being black? Really, people are generally nice, like I said. Generally, people are nice. And like I said, you brought yourself here. What are you gonna complain about? You came here, so that's the thing. That's why, like I said, with black people, especially African Americans, don't bring your trauma to other countries. You brought yourself here. These people don't have to be nice to you. If you don't like it, take your money elsewhere. But anyway, generally they do stare. People do stare, which I find very strange. There's a lot of staring, which is coming from America. That does kind of put me off a little bit. Where you are, again, I'm blocking the camera. But anyway, that does put you off a little bit, because in the US, men don't stare at other men. It's very confrontational. But over here, dudes will stare at you. Some do try to flex on you a little bit. I would say, like, stupid shit, like they don't get out of your way. Or some people will cut in line in front of you, because that's the difference with us. Us, we give each other personal space. So the distance, they don't think you're in line because you give the other guy, you're giving the other person personal space. So they think you're on it. So somebody will cut across, or you leave a gap, because us, we give each other personal space in America. And somebody will step in there and get in front of you. Happened to me a few times. I was like, come on, dude. Come on. You can see me, I'm standing here. So there's a certain rudeness that they do have, the Filipino people have. I find very strange. Actually in America we are very far. Actually, you would think us, we're not even a social country, but holding doors, we hold each other, we hold doors for each other all the time. Over here, that's non-existent. That's like, and there's a certain, like I said, there's a certain rudeness that is here that is kind of strange, more, that even you don't find in America, and this is a more social society. So as far as being treated black, really, like I said, people do stare at you, which can get tiring after a while. As far as they do, they do. I don't think maybe there are not that many black people here. So people do stare at you. That one I find it does get uncomfortable, but after a while you just get used to it. It is what it is. What can you do? But people generally are nice. I don't know. Maybe it's maybe it's the way you carry yourself. I don't know. I think black people, for black people, when you're black, just unless you leave Africa, the rest of the world, you just, anywhere you go, you stick out, and then you create a certain energy level. I don't know what it is. I don't know whether it's a big dick energy, which I doubt it is, because I don't know. Not every black guy has a big dick, so I don't know what it is. But there's a certain energy level that you bring that either, I think, people admire, and maybe there's a sense of, I think there's an admiration to it, and then there's a repulsion to it. So I don't know. I don't know what percentage admiration there is, or what percentage repulsion. But there's a feeling, there's a thing you bring with your presence that either unsettles people in some sense, or people are curious. So there's a repulsion, and also there's an admiration. So there's that kind of you do get that kind of big dick energy effect going on. Even though it's kind of stupid. I don't get it. the women do look and curious, especially the young ones. The older ones, they are more mature, so they have known how to, they know how to control themselves. The younger ones, they do point. I've seen younger girls point at me. They will even wave at me. These are like kids. I mean, these are old. These are young enough to be my daughters. I mean, that would be like the last born in my family if I had kids. So they do. The younger people do kind of get curious. The boys, of course, boys will say yo, bro, and all that. The girls wave at you. The older women will look at you, but them, they have way more self-control. So they'll kind of play it cool. So there's that. So other than that, yeah, there's so like I said, if you're black and you're traveling, keep your trauma to yourself. Nobody has to be nice to you. Nobody has to be. If you don't wanna, if you wanna be one of those black people who go YouTube and Google countries that are friendly to black people, you do your thing. But nobody has to be nice to you. You came to somebody else's country. They have their own way of doing things. They have their own culture. They don't have to please you. I mean, neither you. If you don't like it, take your money elsewhere. So quit with that thing about do they like black people? Look, they don't give a shit. People in Asia, I think Asians in general, the perception I get is that most of them are racist. As simple as that. They have their own dynamic here where the South Koreans, the Japanese, they're all fighting. Even I've met a guy and he told me, oh, I'll introduce you to a girl and she's light skinned. I look at the dude, I was like, man, come on. What the fuck? Do I look like I care whether she's light skinned or not? So they do have their own issues. So being black, you're always gonna be, being black, even the poorest Filipino thinks is better than you. It is what it is. I mean, being black, you're beneath them to some extent. I think the only thing that now they realize that is because now you have money, so you beat them as far as money is concerned. But as far as anything else, they probably do assume they're better than you. Hey, take it for what it is. But like I said, I don't really, doesn't bother me. I mean, it is what it is. It is what it is. I can't change my skin color, but I know that accept the world as it is. Don't, people are like this. Majority of the world is racist. Accept it, move on. What else? As far as moving here to live, that is if you can find a job and if you have income, it is possible to live. But like I said, there's a different mindset. There's a different mindset that comes to living here. Like I said, it can be very lonely. There's also a lot of poverty, which can get to you. The poverty level that one can get to you, because it is quite a bit. You see it, the difference between rich and poor. It's very stark. You can be in a very fancy neighborhood 1 minute, and the next block I went to one Airbnb I was staying in, and it was just out of the gate you're already in a slum area. So the poverty level is quite high. Surprised me that actually Kenya and African countries, I think, is my personal view, or even I think from what I have seen, is richer than the Philippines. And really the poverty level really shocked me here. There is quite a bit of poverty. So that is present, and you see it. It's stark. I mean, it's like, wow. You get surprised when you see certain things. You're like, huh? I mean, did I just see that? I mean, like I said, the same thing also. Like I said, also the same thing also affects now pollution. You find like in some of these rivers, small rivers like if you pass a city, I mean, they're just polluted, just full of trash everywhere. Like I said, when we talked about stray dogs, cats. But like I said, I feel safer here, generally safer than Kenya. I would say if I go to a slum area in Kenya, I would be more scared than if I went to a slum area here in the Philippines. Of course, everything comes with context, so depending. But like I said, so poverty coming here, you're gonna, it does, you can actually see it. Like I said, if you can make money, definitely do come. If you can make money here, it's different. I think it is different. I think it is. Is it better than America? No, it's not better than America. America works. America is a functioning country. Because if I was in the US right now and I'm pointing a camera here, you will not see all this trash in the water in most cases. America does have hygiene. Hygiene standards are are quite. It's a Western country. So you're not moving here. So like I said, street food here, eatable. But till your stomach gets used to it, you're gonna get sick. The first time when I came here, I don't even think that what made me sick was street food. I think I bought a can of tuna and it made me sick or something. But here, once your stomach gets used to it, you can eat street food, and it's actually decent. The only thing that I find strange is that since the food is not kept heated the whole day, so it's kind of lukewarm. That kind of throws me off. So I like hot food. So that I find that very strange where the food is kept. So the best thing I think is early in the morning. Go buy the food early in the morning because it's just keep it the food is cooked and then it's displayed there, and I don't think it's heated at the bottom. So I don't know. So that can create germs. So I think that also with this with a kind of humid environment is gonna create the food is gonna create issues. So that's the thing, and it's never warm. It's lukewarm. So the food is not. It's cold. I don't get that part. I don't get the part other than and the salt, of course, and just the lack of vegetables. That also is part of it. And so there's that part. And then what did we talk about? We talked about finding a job here. If you can find a job here, whatever job you're looking for. If you want to be a teacher or something, you can make money. I think this is a place where you can start a family. It's doable here. I think the women here are more receptive to that. It also comes with its own issues as far as meeting somebody genuine. But then also, like I said, here is a family. It's more family oriented, so you're gonna be supporting the family, the girl comes with the family. So that's my perception. You can get younger ladies, very strange. So I think either there are people it's a country of daddy issues. You can get yourself a very young lady. Like a guy introduced me to a lady, and I kind of guessed she was young. I'm not very good at telling ladies' ages, but I talked to her. She told me she was 22, and I'm in my 40s, so I'm double her age. Comes with its own issues. Kind of, I was introduced. We hung out. The next day I called her. She didn't want to come, or she couldn't come for whatever reason. But what do you expect from a 22-year-old? That's the thing. It has its positives and negatives. They are very beautiful here. The women are. I think my camera is starting to overheat because of the heat. The women here are very, 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 very beautiful. Hands down, the women in the Philippines, no Western woman. I don't care Nordic. I don't care why. I don't care 6-foot Russian. No woman can come close to the women here. In America, forget it. America is that one is not even an answer. No white girl, black girl, maybe some Latinas, maybe, but none of them can hold a candle to the women here. None. So that one is, the women here are on another level. They are extremely feminine, super feminine. They are on another level. If you want to see how the women are over here, go to a hotel and just interact with some of the staff. Even the way they dress, the dressing wise, the makeup, the putting on the white makeup, the lightening, to me, I don't know, I don't get that. I think their complexion is very beautiful to me. Some of them have that caramel, but then sometimes they put makeup and they kind of whiten it. You look like a ghost. You look like one of those old Chinese, like those queens you see in those old Chinese period pieces. But as far as women here, they're on another level. These women, that's the thing. That's why you gotta be careful when you come to this country, because you will lose all your money. You will lose all your money because these women are beautiful. These women are on another level. You will lose everything. I am telling you, my friend, you will lose everything. I am telling you. There are beautiful women in America. But even if I met a beautiful woman in America, I'll be like, I'll be like, I mean, don't get me wrong, beauty is beauty. I would admire it. But part of my mind would be like, you know what? Yeah, I've seen it. I don't know. And it's hard to, but women here, even an average woman here will take all your money. You will give everything away. A beautiful woman here, man, you will go crazy. You will give everything away. So that's the thing. You gotta think with this. The women here are on another level. They're beautiful, and they know the game, and they ain't shy about the game. I mean, here you can get a companion to travel with. You can come here 1 month, get yourself a companion. Ain't nothing, ain't no big deal. Get a companion and get, we're not complicating things. We go out, you pay for me. Yeah, I saw a dude in a resort. He had like Filipina. She was bad to the bone. I was like, damn it, God. I wouldn't mind. If I met a girl like that for a month, shit, I'll put another 2 grand on top of the budget. She was bad. I mean, you can't compare that one, a girl like that. You can't, even you ain't getting a girl like that in America, man. Fuck that, man. Hell no. No. There are more beautiful women in America, but you ain't getting the whole package. You might get a more beautiful girl in America, but freaking, she'll start telling you about the glass ceiling and some bullshit like, I can climb a ladder. Oh, I can change a spare tire. Man, come on, man. Quit with that crap. No woman in the Philippines will tell you that she can climb a ladder or she can fix a tire. They don't need to do that. Labor here is cheap. That's the stupid shit we have in America, man. Where woman tells you stuff she can do. Woman tries to tell you how she can do man stuff. Like, who gives a fuck, man? And the rest of the world, man, people here, labor is cheap. Ain't no woman here trying to change a tire. She doesn't even know where this. She could care less. Labor here is cheap. She ain't trying to climb the ladder. She'll get somebody to climb the ladder. So let me quit with my ranting and raving and say, but yeah, this is doable. Especially right now, trying to escape the matrix, trying to get away from that madhouse that we call America. This is definitely a place you can move. Mindset has to be different. You come here, you're humble. You're not trying to show people that you're the man. You're humble with your money. And it's definitely moving here. And also, I would say this to the Filipino people. Man, be happy, be proud of you. Be proud of what you have. You have a beautiful country. It has its own problems. It has a lot of problems, that's for sure. But don't worship these people who come from outside thinking they're God. If these people who come from outside were so well off in their place, they would not leave their place. Why would you leave a developed country to come to a third world country? So that's the thing. Sometimes these Filipinos you worship these people. You gotta ask yourself, why would somebody leave America to come to the Philippines? America has everything. Clean water. America can drink the water off the tap all day long. Nothing will happen to me. I will not be filming this garbage on the water. This water would be clean. There will be no stray cats. I mean, there will be some. They can stray cats here and there, but you know what I mean. So yeah, don't put yourself down. That no, you guys have you have something unique. You have more than. You might not have the infrastructure 100%, and cleanliness can always be improved upon. But don't lower yourselves and think that these people are better than you. If they were better than you, they would not be leaving their damn countries to come to this country. Nobody leaves a first world country to come to a third world country unless they are missing something in that first world country. And what we have in America right now is there's no life. I mean, it's a first world country, has everything, clean air, bicycle paths up the wazoo. I mean, this path here would go for miles, but there's no life. It's just a machine. You live like a machine. The women, There are no women. I mean, there are women, but it's like everybody's a dude. You know, women want to be dudes. I guess dudes want to be, I don't know, dudes want to be women. But anyway, I'm not trying to be mean, but ain't nobody, you're not getting married there. So, you know, you can't go to America, get a travel companion. It ain't happening. Here you can come and get a travel companion. Yeah, so don't lower yourselves. Even the Filipino women, man, be proud of what you are. I'm telling you, man, you ladies, nobody can hold a candle to you. I've been here for 1 month and I've watched the women here. Nobody can hold a candle to you people. I mean, you guys got it. You got the look, you got the style. I mean, even when the style is simple, even a girl from the village. If you get a girl from the village, you clean her up. I mean, you got the humbleness. You can cook. You respect. I mean, I think people are more respectful. Maybe you're nice. I mean, so really, don't lower yourselves thinking that stop worshiping other people. Stop worshiping whiteness, and stop putting on this makeup to appear like man. Be happy with your complexion. Don't worship this white worship thing, man. Come on. If these people were so great, they would not be moving here and living here. They would live in their own countries, and they would be visiting, but they would not come and live here. So don't have to worship anybody. Be happy with what you have. Build your country up. Like I said, I enjoy the Philippines for the 1 month I've been here. I think it's a great country. Has a lot of work to be done. I would give advice, stop staring at black people. It's kind of rude to stare. I mean, that's one thing I would say. Don't get to the point where you don't need to be staring at people. It's kind of rude to stare at people. Yeah, it's old. Even as you were kids, we were brought up. First of all, with us, you're not staring at other. It's like staring at. It's like you know how it's taboo to stare at somebody with a disability. I'm not trying to say blackness is a disability, but you're not supposed to stare at people. It's just rude. And then so I mean, come on, you can do better than that. Or sometimes you stare and then you laugh. I mean, come on, man. Don't get me wrong, I don't care. I mean, but it's like it's a perception, even for you people. I mean, it doesn't come off good. I mean, you come off like that's kind of a low class behavior when you do that. That's kind of what we call hood behavior or low class behavior, where you look at somebody. Because if you're curious about somebody, go ask them. It's like same thing with me. It's like me as a dude. When I look at a beautiful woman, sometimes I will look at a beautiful woman. I don't have the courage to go say anything to her, but I will not stare. I just look at her for briefly. I smile, and then that's it. Sometimes I say hello, but I don't take it more than that. I don't. It is what it is. I mean, so like I said. But other than that, that's my perception of the Philippines. It's doable. Different. You have to have a mindset for it. If you come here with a mentality, if you come here looking for America, you're gonna fail, and that's what has happened. If you come here and you just go with the flow, accept the limitations, deal with the craziness, just go with the flow, then you can do well. Anyway, I've been rambling on for too long. I'm out. Later.